Perfect.
Welcome.
Here we are.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for the invitation.
No problem. I mean, it's called Girl Stuff, but we've been talking to all kinds of people.
Amazing.
And so we're switching it over to a German artist who does English music. So for
I
everyone
do,
listening who
yes.
doesn't speak German, you can still enjoy his music.
Okay.
So just to generally for people who don't know you, what inspired you to get started in music? Is it something you've always done, or how did you find your start in it?
Well, first of all, thanks for the invitation. My name's Myle. My artist name is Myle, and my real name is Milo. And I got into making music quite early because my mother is from a very creative family. She's from the US, and my dad's from like this southern German small town. And kind of in between both those very clashing and different worlds, I found myself being kind of pushed into this creative hub of making music, and kind of was told to play piano and play guitar, and I was really, I don't know, digging those things quite early. So quite early I found pop music, and then I started writing my own songs for the first time, and then about 3 years ago I finally decided to kind of embraced the journey of making my own songs and writing my own music and stuff like that. So ever since I've been kind of doing my thing. Yeah.
And I personally love your music.
Thank you.
I've been a fan from the start. Yeah, but like your music, what is it like your main source of inspiration when it comes to songwriting?
Well, I kind of, I grew up in a family where pop music wasn't really a thing. So we listened to a lot of jazz and a lot of classical music. And the first time I was sitting in the library and they had these CD players back then. I couldn't afford that. I was super young. And I sat in a corner and I listened to these albums that were just laying around. And I pulled out a CD. I think it was from James Blunt, his Back to Bedlam album. That was his first debut album. And I listened to these songs for the first time and discovered pop music. And that inspired me because for the first time, music wasn't that complex anymore. It wasn't that, I don't know, super creative, weird stuff and lots of saxophone and piano going on. It was just like melodies that kind of sticked into my head, and I was not used to that. And I don't know, ever since, what kind of inspired me in getting into music was listening to songs that don't get out of your head. So it's mostly the songwriters. It may be a Julia Michaels, who's this insanely good songwriter from the US, or going to Ryan Tedder and to all of these different Benny Blancos and all of those people that are kind of behind the scenes and kind of crafting the arts and not really performing them most of the times. But then you suddenly, find out these people have so much talent, and the biggest talent that they kind of possess is writing songs that just don't get out of your head. Yeah.
I love it. And I have to say, I Not Ready is the one song that used to
Hey.
always be played at my old job. And I would have it stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
That's exactly the point.
So,
Yeah, that's exactly the point. That's good.
so what is something about like your work and your journey as an artist and a songwriter that people often misunderstand or get wrong?
Um, I think that I appear to be a very upbeat, happy, clappy person, and I am at some in some situations, but I'm super fearful and very, I don't know, like this past year was super rough in many moments because it's just been not developing that super quick, as it appears sometimes from the outside. It's just a battle often against your own thoughts in your own head, telling you kind of to kick things up, or to, I don't know, be faster, be better, be stronger, and be more confident, and all those things. And I really struggle with that race in my mind, kind of trying to keep up with what I'd like to, already have accomplished. And that was also what Not Ready was about, because I kind of have always been pissed off that things aren't, already there where you want them to be. And I really, really struggle with embracing the journey. So I think that doesn't really appear all too much often to other people that listen to my music. It more looks like that I'm kind of super confident and chill and whatever, but it's kind of the opposite.
I mean, it comes with stage presence too.
Yeah,
You you have to be like more confident. If you go on stage and you're like, "Hi,
yeah,
I'm gonna perform for you
sipping away.
today,"
Yeah,
so you have to be confident, even if you're faking it.
totally.
So
I mean, on stage is that's the last spot where I can fake things. That's my most authentic version, I think. The more I can kind of like improve things, so that be recording a video or even writing a song, that's where it gets kind of complicated and it gets, I don't know, it becomes like perfectionistish. I become this perfectionist
yeah.
when I can kind of adjust all of these small little particles. So I think the most authentic self would be on stage. Yeah.
And how authentic would you say you are recording a podcast?
um, I guess here's not, all too much, I don't know, room for changing things. So I guess I'm just trying to have a conversation as normal and authentic as I can be. But I have to say, it's been a long time since I've just spoken like dialogue in English or in American English. It's normally it's all in German and in these radio stations and stuff like that. So it's a very welcoming uh, other situation right now. Yeah.
It's a nice change, a little practicing around here.
That's true.
Because some people might not know we're both German, which
Yeah.
makes this even more fun speaking in
Yeah.
English.
We started out
Um,
like the hellos and everything in German, and then it was like switch. Here we go.
I was wondering if I was like, am I gonna just say hi and do it all in English? I was like, that would be really weird because
Yeah,
this man
yeah.
knows I am German. You would have looked at me like I'm so
Like,
obnoxious if I
yeah.
were like, "Hi, welcome. How's
But
it
that's
going?"
that's a kind of difficult thing I've been trying to juggle. Is on stage. If you're performing in Germany, it seems so stupid saying hi guys. So this is Myle, and you seem arrogant internationally or whatever. So I get the struggle. Yeah,
I mean, crowds are different. In Germany, it started becoming very international too, because people are
yeah,
like traveling to get here to listen to music.
yeah.
So, any plans of an international dates?
I hope very soon. I've played a support tour for Wellesley Arms is the band name, and that was really cool because it was my first time playing shows in Paris or in London and in Dublin and so on and so on. And it was primarily in the UK, um, and it was a whole different experience because concert culture totally varies between the different countries where you're at. And in Germany, I feel like there's this entirely different vibe if you're at a concert compared to um, I don't know. I played Not Ready in a Irish pub in front of like 10 drunken Irish mid 30-year-old men, and I was freaking out because I had no idea how this would work. But it worked. It's a very different experience at times. So currently there's nothing directly in plan, but I hope to very soon add some shows to an upcoming tour of mine that I still have yet to be announced. Yeah, that'd be great playing internationally.
Is there like a city or a venue that you haven't played in yet that is like on your bucket list?
I'd love to play somewhere where my family is. So I have family in New York, and I've got family in Santa Cruz. So if something in the U.S. East or West Coast ish would work out someday, that would be more than amazing. Because I'm kind of I've been doing my thing here in Germany, and nobody's really getting it from where my American family is at. They're so far away. So I just send them videos sometimes, or over Christmas I send them some postcards or whatever to kind of keep them up to date. But I think just playing there would be so cool. So perhaps someday I'll be playing shows there. Yeah,
And I mean, American crowds are another thing because
I
they
bet.
are very passionate. Not as passionate as I would say like Latin America,
Yeah.
From what I've seen, Brazilian fans go crazy,
That'd be
I
so
think.
cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting because even in, in Germany, the different cities are so, they're super different. The people are just extremely different. If there's a town where there's many concerts, you see many people kind of just coming in last minute, and then a show that was like booked out 70% suddenly is full. And you didn't really expect that because people are just spontaneous and they're like, well, if I have the time, I'll kind of fit it in and perhaps I'll stop by and watch a show of Mile. But in other cities where there's hardly any concerts, my hometown, for instance, in Ravensburg, it's like in the mountains and right at the German Swiss Austrian border. There we were sold out in like 10 minutes because there's nothing going on there. And then people are like, yes, finally something's happening. So yeah, it's insane already how much it varies in Germany itself.
Yeah, I think I'm guilty of the showing up late.
I get I get that.
But that is also because for this past year, whenever I most concerts I went to, I was there as a photographer.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy the artist. I wouldn't have gone if I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy the artist. But I showed up late because I was like, I'm probably gonna go in front of the barrier, in
Oh,
front of the
that's
barricade
lucky.
anyways.
Yeah.
So, but what I didn't plan was it this year? No, was it last year? When did you play in Hamburg
We played in
Nachtspeicher?
Hamburg Nachtspeicher last year in September. Yes.
Okay. So I was there
You
because
were
I
there.
was shooting. I was there. I was
Oh, how cool.
I did have one of your pretty AAA passes
Hey.
because I was there shooting Declan,
Yes.
but I couldn't get to the front because people wouldn't let me get through. It was so full. And then from the back, I'm really short. I'm 5'2",
Yeah.
so I can't shoot from the back.
Okay.
And unless I have like someone to piggyback me, which I
Yeah.
didn't. So I just for Declan, I tried to get to the front, and I kind of did because not many people were there
Yeah.
yet. But as soon as you went on stage, there was no coming through. So
Fair.
I have just one very blurry image of you, like
Okay,
from
that's
the entire
perfect. I'm
back
also very
shooting like
tiny.
this. Um, and that venue is just
It was
miniature,
really crowded. It was
and
super packed. Yeah.
and it was so warm.
Yeah.
So I did kind of leave early. Sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Because I was meeting some lovely people.
Yeah.
In front because there's like a sofa
Yeah.
when you get in. So we were chilling there in front of the merch stand and
Yeah.
just sitting there and like listening to music. We didn't see a thing, but we were just chatting and enjoying it and getting to know each other. And then I was
Yeah.
like, guys, I have work tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm gonna head out because I still
Yeah.
have like a 10-minute walk to my car, which
Fair.
I called my mom because Reeperbahn at that time
Night.
is
Don't
scary.
walk around at night
So
through Reeperbahn. Yeah.
so I was on the phone with my mom being like, "Mom, just stay on. So if I get killed, you're a witness."
Yeah.
Um no, but I loved it even though I
Thank
didn't
you.
see a thing. Um
It
so
was the first tour that I've ever played, and being the first tour, it was weird for me and for everyone around me to experience that for the first time because before I always played, shows as a support act for this and that person. And, in, I don't know, these weird town festivals where, you're kind of between a magician and a whatever, it's like you're the most random places and situations. You pick one. I played it. And then suddenly we got to play this tour, and I still remember it, in Munich, we played our first show and there's a line of people waiting for your own music, and there's signs, and there's people wearing your name on their shirts, and there's all of these things going on suddenly, and I was super overwhelmed, and I was just confused, like straight up confused, and my parents were also confused because they arrived also, around 3 hours before the show, and they were like, holy shit, people noticed us, who are we? They were like, "Oh my god!" My mom was freaking out, like, "Oh my god, they knew my name!" And so it was super fun. I still remember Hamburg as well. It was, yeah, it was. I mean, it's a great feeling getting to play in these cities where you're normally not that much at, and knowing that there's 500, 600 people that easily would love to celebrate the entire evening with you. That is, yeah, more than generous. I'm really, really grateful for that.
Yeah, not to out myself, but the first time I saw you was also in Hamburg at the
There you
Stadtpark
go.
open air when you were opening for Vincent.
For Vincent, yeah. That's
So,
yeah, that's exactly those were, the first experiences I had on huge stages. I played for this German artist called Vincent Weiss. And if you're interested in German pop music, check it out. And it was very overwhelming. He's got these super fans, and I was just allowed to kind of open for him for a few shows that summer. And the amount of things you learn playing those shows is overwhelming, because suddenly you get to like test out these songs in front of people that are super super happy to be at concerts, and you kind of experience what works, what doesn't work, how to kind of communicate, and how perhaps even not to, what you should definitely say and what you should definitely not say. I really made some mistakes along that way. But yeah, it was enough to kind of fill some shows up also in Hamburg. So that must have been good enough. Yeah.
yeah, it was really fun. You were great. No, but at the Hyde Park Festival,
Yeah.
um I don't know if you've ever addressed it, but there was something going on with the sound, no?
Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my God. I had a horror summer. So, all right. If I'm being blatantly honest, I this summer had so much technical issues. It was normally when you're on stage as a like pop artist, if you have a pop show, there's all of these like additional sounds that are running over a computer in the background, called like backing tracks and whatever, with vocals additionally to support you and make you appear to be bigger, or like choir or whatever, or the chorus hits because there's another bass being added to the song and to the stuff that you're playing live. So we're doing a lot of stuff live, obviously, but there's also a few things running in the background just to make it even bigger. And that all runs over this laptop. And this laptop that I use, because I didn't really have, too much money for this brand new whatever laptop thingy. So we had like a fan just blowing some cold air on it, and we had, a bit of, like an interface which kind of, transfers digital sound data to analog sound data. And something was messed up that day. And this, curtain of LED walls is like kind of pulled up. And on festivals, it's that way, that you have like 15-minute changeovers that people can
Mhm.
stand in front of the stage and that they don't leave. So there's like time is of the essence. If you roll out too late, then you're going to roll off earlier because there's an act playing after you that also has to keep his time right. And then this LED wall, is pulled up, and we're on these rolling stages, and you're rolled out on stage. That it doesn't take time, that you don't have to carry anything out. So you build up everything behind, and then the wall goes up, and you're pushed out. And my sound guy, he looks over to me while we're being pushed off to stage, and he says, "I am not getting any signal. I don't know what's wrong." And I was shaking, because it's T minus 10 minutes until the show starts. Nothing's working. And we had to like troubleshoot. We had to contact a friend of mine, and we didn't get anything running. And this computer it was broken, and I couldn't do anything anymore. So I had to kind of adapt, and I had to improvise. And that was, um, it was super weird for me, or not weird, it was just nerve wracking. And then I went out and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm very sorry, but we're having technical issues. So, um, if you guys sing, you know, I'll sing with you. I've got one guitar and one piano. we're gonna do this show just together that way, and the louder you sing, the louder it's gonna get. So we kind of made the best of it. And actually, I had so many DMs and people writing to me that said, it was really, really cool. We didn't expect this to be, that nice and personal and intimate, but it was nerve wracking. Oh, yeah.
So I can only speak for the other people in the press tent,
Yeah.
but you gained new fans that day.
Perfect. Very
I
good.
heard a lot of people talking about you.
Oh, thank you. I gained like 10 gray hairs that day as well, but as long as there's a few fans coming as well, that's perfect.
Gray hair already? Who am I
Yeah.
kidding? I also have gray hair.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's that time now.
The 20s are tough.
Yeah. But it was, I don't know, it was actually a great experience for me because I got to kind of fall in love with these spontaneous situations that I usually didn't like because usually I was on stage and I wanted everything to work perfectly and go off stage, say the same things that I say every time because it makes you feel safe. But it also takes the humanness and the special essence of what live music is all about, and that is just like it's happening live, and that's the only time that's going to happen live ever. That's what's kind of taken out of it. And through these extreme situations, I kind of learned to get to love. I mean, normally things don't go that wrong, but if things go a bit wrong, it's actually kind of cool. People talk about it. It's special for everyone, and it shows that there's this human part to making music. And I really, really gained a lot of confidence over that gig in Hyde Park. So I'm also thankful for it. Yeah.
And TikTok loves if something goes wrong. Those
Oh
are
yeah.
always the videos that go viral.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the Christmas tree behind me,
I did. Yeah. You're
but
way too Christmassy. I've got nothing prepared. I've got small. This is my Christmas tree here. Yeah, sad.
that is really sad.
It's really sad. German
I
Christmas.
even have in my room, I even have like a miniature Christmas tree that they were
Yeah.
selling at IKEA for like $5,
Oh
and I
wow.
decorated it. But no, this is the one in my parents' living room, and
Yeah.
I took my computer. I literally took my iMac
Yeah.
and brought it downstairs because I
Oh, so you
wanted a Christmas
built up
tree
a
in the
studio
background.
at your parents' house now?
I still live at home because I am a starving artist.
We all
And
are.
I
Yeah.
am very broke.
We all are.
Um, yeah.
But at least
So
you have a Christmas
I'm
tree.
staying at home.
I
We have
mean,
a Christmas. It's fake though,
it,
which
I have.
but have you read how many animals live in like a real tree if you have one in your home? It is
I
disgusting.
do. I want to know because yesterday I felt really bad. I was really sad. I don't know. I came home. My plants died, so I went to the what's it called? Plant market. I don't know what you call it. Genterei. Um, here to American, let's go. And I bought, these new plants, and I wait 1 second. This is my new house tree,
Oh, it's
and
so cute.
now, so now you're gonna tell me there's like lots and lots of creepy animals living in here?
No, 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 not in that. In like an actual like Christmas, like a Christmas tree, like a real one.
Okay, thank God. Yeah.
Those ones have
Okay.
like weird animals in it.
Oh,
Those plants should be fine. I
okay.
mean, there's
I hope so.
probably like miniature bugs in like the
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
yeah. But no, in like the actual Christmas trees, they're supposed to like be
It makes sense in a way.
millions.
Are you a Christmas tree fan, like a real Christmas tree fan, or are you more of
I
not having those bugs in your house?
I actually don't mind the bugs because I love the smell of like Christmas trees.
Okay.
But I'm also obsessed with Christmas, and I'm so happy that okay, I made my mom put this up
Yeah,
on December 1st because I was like, if I do this podcast, I want this tree in the bag.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Um, but this is the first episode with the tree in the bag
Well,
because
I feel honored being part of the Christmas celebration here.
you're also the first German guest. So,
Perfect. So many firsts. That's great.
and you're the second episode I filmed this year because
Yeah.
I didn't do anything this year for this podcast because
Yeah.
I was busy and I had no inspiration. Well, what kind of inspiration do I need for this? But I was rebranding it,
Yeah.
and I'm somewhat happy with it. The more I look at it, the more I hate it again. But that's just a
Fair.
me problem.
Yeah.
Um no, but I was like, what better way to revive this podcast
Yeah.
than for like December episodes with like a Christmassy touch? And
Perfect.
tomorrow, not when this comes out, but
Yeah.
tomorrow when we are filming this is
Yeah.
actually the 4 year like anniversary or birthday of this podcast
Holy crap. That
because
is
it
amazing.
started during COVID.
So you started making a podcast during the COVID season because you were bored, or what was the intention?
We were so bored, so we would spend like 25 hours on end on Zoom,
Oh, jeez.
and we would just chat about everything and nothing, and then the show we would rewatch it and talk about it. And then we
Yeah.
should start a podcast, and we were like, "Oh my god, why not?" And
That's perfect.
the name Girl Stuff is actually, which now has nothing to do with the podcast anymore, but it
Yeah.
was a reference to Julie and the Fandoms because there's one scene where he's like, "Oh my god, what is in this box? Butterflies and glitter," and then another person goes, "Girl Stuff." So we were like,
It's a
"That's
good
the
it's a good
podcast
podcast name.
name."
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. I also have to travel a lot, through, between these German cities. I was in Bremen, played there, and that was just right now came from Hamburg. So I really like, the part of being different places, but the travel is super expensive and it's just super exhausting. And traveling
Yeah.
in general is just, I don't know, with your stupid suitcases and all of those things, and you've got in winter then so many things to juggle, and then you forget something, because I forget everything. I have like air tagged every little thing that I possess. I've air tagged my toothbrush because I lost it like 4 times. So I was like, okay, this has to stop. So I'm really looking forward to staying at a place with my parents over Christmas for once and not traveling and juggling around. So I really get the struggle, yeah.
That is such a nice transition.
Yeah.
Um, so what are your Christmas traditions that you're excited to
Oh.
do this year?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the thing. Have you, or any other listener right now, have you guys ever heard of Christbaumloben? Or like, um, what's it called in American? What would be a literal transition? Like a Christmas tree praise. It's a like Swabian tradition. So, like I said, I'm from this small town in southern Germany between the mountains, right at the lake, in the border between Swiss, Austria, and Germany. And what we do there is on the 25th of December, we walk from house to house, and it's with friends normally. You go to friends' houses, and then you knock at the door and you ask, can we praise your Christmas tree? And they welcome you in, and then you stand there, and then you look at the tree, and everyone's like, oh, what a beautiful tree. And then you get a schnapps. And that's the exact tradition, and there's nothing more to it. And then you walk from house to house, and you praise all of these trees. And you make it about like to 12 of your friends, and then that's it. And then you get back home. But it's a great tradition. And I'm really looking forward to it because my friend and I last year decided to just knock on everyone's door and just, there's way more Christmas trees that you can praise than just the ones of your friends. So we made it to about, I think, I don't know how many, it must have been like 18 houses. And then it was where we're done. But it was super fun because you kind of jumped into the Christmas celebrations of random people. And they were actually really, some knew about the tradition, and others that kind of moved to southern Germany. They were like, "What the heck is this? Why do you want to get in our house? What do you want from us?" But it was really cool. So we sang with one family, and the others invited us to their billiard room, and then we played a bit of billiards, and then we praised their tree. So we kind of got to know all of these different houses and people and families, and it was really, really fun. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I think just in general, being at home with my family. I mean, you must be also really psyched as a Christmas lover that you're going to celebrate with your family, right?
I'm so excited. But I'm mostly excited for the food. This is
What's your
like the
Christmas
season.
food? What do you eat every Christmas?
So my go-to is just like the usual sauce that you have with whatever meat you're
Yeah,
eating. And
braten.
then yes, and then I am obsessed with the potato. Well, it's potato
Potato
balls,
mash.
but it's
Yeah,
klöße.
Klöß.
Um
Okay, yeah,
I love them. It always if I'm eating it, I always like make them small to
yeah,
like properly eat them.
yeah.
And it always looks like my food was like eaten and then puked up and then you're eating it again. But it's so good. And I'm having like a mini Christmas on Sunday
Nice.
with my mom and two of my friends who are in a band.
Yeah,
And we're making like some content for their probably, but we're also having like a mini Christmas dinner,
yeah.
and I'm really excited for that. We
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know what meat we're gonna do yet because one of them is like vegetarian,
yeah,
so we're gonna see if we get some like veggies
yeah.
something and then some other meat for the rest of us. But
Sounds
I'm
great.
really excited for that.
Ooh,
But all I could think about during your like praising Christmas tree talk is that is basically just like trick or treating but Christmas style,
it
and
is.
you actually go into the house.
Yeah, it is amazing because trick or treat is not a thing in Germany. It's kind of a thing. We kind of just adapted it, but like not an authentic way.
Yeah.
We just copied it without really getting behind the culture of it. And I've kind of made it my mission to talk about Christmas Baumloben and like tell people about this really good tradition. And I actually posted a TikTok last year about it, and it hit like 2 million views or whatever because people were like, "This is insanely cool. Let's do this." So I'm really looking forward to kind of continuing my mission of talking about this, and super glad I got to talk about it here. Yeah, but I think at home with a tree, tons of bugs in that tree, a dog, some food. I mean, there's nothing better than that. That's kind of the essence of Christmas, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Just being with family,
Yeah.
eating good food
Oh yeah.
again. Oh,
Yeah.
the food. And then just spending time with each other.
Yeah.
And I am obsessed with giving gifts.
You are? Oh,
I personally
don't tell
think
me you have all of your gifts already ready.
I do have them
Oh
ready.
yeah.
I haven't wrapped them yet, but I have them
Okay.
ready.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say what it is because my mother is in this house and I don't know if she can hear me. But my goal every year,
Yeah.
which makes me sound like a horrible daughter, but
Yeah.
my goal since the first time I made my mother cry with a gift has been to make this woman cry every single Christmas.
So what's your trick? Is it like the card or is it the gift itself?
It's the gift itself.
Whoa. Okay, that's difficult.
Um and I just love it. And I have it in my heart that she's gonna cry this year again.
Yeah.
Last year she didn't cry as much,
Okay.
which I was really disappointed at. My
Yeah.
grandpa and I, so her dad, we got together like a bunch of old pictures,
Yeah.
and my grandma passed away a couple years ago, so we also took pictures of her and made this like collage of pictures. And then I used to work at a photo studio, so he snuck into my photo studio while he was sick,
Yeah.
and we took some cute pictures together, so because we didn't have any updated pictures of him and I, so and that was also a surprise, but she didn't cry. She was happy, but she didn't
Oh.
cry.
What a shame. It's
Yeah,
great that you're not in like any Santa Claus position. You'd be like the worst Santa Claus ever. You just travel around and
I
make
would be
people
like
cry.
cry. No,
Cry.
but it's like happy tears, kind of.
But you just said, there was like a happy tear in a way, and you were like,
It
okay.
gives me some kind of rush. I don't know what it is.
I
I
get it.
don't like roller coasters, but like
I
making
get it.
people cry
Yeah.
just makes it's fun.
You're like a superior person if you have these presents
Yeah.
that
I
are
mean,
awesome. Yeah.
if you wrote a sad song and people are in the audience crying, it would also give you some kind of rush, no?
Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. It does. It feels bad, but it does. You know? Because it's like but it must be different because it's not like um I don't think about making gifts when I write songs. It's more of like okay, I really feel bad and I feel heartbroken or whatever, and then I write a sad song, and then if somebody relates to that, I more feel like, oh, so it connects us in a way because I feel like, oh, so you're going through the same shit, I guess, and
Yeah.
that kind of builds a bond. So but in a way, like the consequence of it is definitely me being kind of psyched. It feels like it works and it's transported in the way that I thought it or that I hoped it would. So it's yeah, it kind of gives me a bit of props. It's true. And I guess it does for you as well. Yeah.
It sounds so bad.
Yeah, it
Um
does. Speaking it out loud, it's really, yeah, not good.
I have a little like festive this or that.
Okay.
And the first one we kind of already spoke about, but
Yeah.
for you, real tree or fake tree if you had the
Real
choice.
tree. Yes, please.
Okay. Then we have white lights or colored lights.
White, but not like the freezing, creepy ass, operating light bulbs, like a warm white, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have both lights right now. I have like this ginormous softbox staring at
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
then I have cute colorful lights.
That is very cute. You even have a lot of decoration. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all like different. My mom and I are like collecting
Oh,
them.
jeez. Wow. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, you're really obsessed with Christmas, I guess.
I
Yeah.
get it from my mother.
Yeah.
It's 25 years of stuff. I am bad at sorting shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Like this year I threw out like books and stuff from elementary school.
Oh, geez.
I still had that stuff in my room and I was like I think it's time to let go of this cuz when I eventually move out it's going to
Okay, yeah, I
go
get
into it
that.
anyways.
I'm way too good at throwing out stuff. I'm like the polar opposite of what you just described.
I mean, but you've moved. You no longer live in your childhood bedroom.
Oh shit, yeah, if you're talking about that, I have so much stuff at home at my parents' place. Yeah. Yeah, I have to take care of that during Christmas holidays, I guess. Yeah, I get
So
that.
I never moved.
Yeah.
I've been in that room for 20, well not entirely 25 years, but almost 25 years.
Yeah.
So I have
Yep.
a lot of shit.
Well, once a year, my friends and I, we meet up and we have a Christmas session. And session means that we write a song, and it is the most fun session you can think of because there's like no limitations to your creativity. So it's kind of like do whatever you want. And so this year we met up and we had to make a photo shoot for the entire band. And I can send you the photos later because we sat in this house of a person that some of the people, one of the guys in my group, it was like, I know the right person where we're going to go to. And we were in Mannheim, which is like an industrial city in Germany. And we walked through this really, really, like, I've never been there ever before. And we walked and walked and walked and walked. And then there's this, like, normal house, gray from the outside, not too much going on. And we opened the door, and it was like everything shouted Christmas at you. It was like, it was fake snow. There was like candy canes in like human size. There was the dog that wore a Christmas outfit with a hat. There was one Christmas tree with so much stuff on it, like from lametta and lights and stuff. I never knew like a Christmas tree can actually hold that weight, which was on that thing. There was pictures, um, sparkling lights, little dancing Nicolauses, and there was so much stuff. And all of us had these Christmas pullovers on and everything. So I think that is the most Christmassy person that I've ever met this year. And yeah, you're slowly climbing up the ladder, and I'm slowly getting a sense of that could be where you're heading to. But but I already really appreciate the investment into Christmas that you've been doing.
I love it. I started decorating because my parents were on the Maldives. Screw
Yeah.
them. They went twice this year. I hate them. They didn't
Oof.
take me. But on I was homesick like the entire Halloween week. I was
Yeah.
supposed to throw like a Halloween party, but everyone almost canceled anyways because most of them were also sick. But then I was sick, so I canceled to the people who were like, "I'm gonna be there." I was like,
Yeah.
"Haha, jokes on you." Um, but because I had so much time at home, on November 1st, I took everything Halloweenish autumny away and
Yeah.
started getting everything Christmas up. So the first thing my parents saw when they got home from like sunny beach vacation
Yeah.
was Christmas puking over their house.
Oh.
And my dad was like, "What is happening?" And I was like, "Christmas."
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, if you choose to go to the Maldives, I guess that's a very fair reaction that you kind of, had.
Sorry, it's November.
Yeah.
We start November 1st. I had such a hard time holding off on watching like the Hallmark
Yeah.
Christmas movies
Yeah.
because they started recommending them to me on YouTube like mid-October, and I was like, "No, I
No, too
can't.
early.
Not yet.
Too
Not
early.
yet. I need to watch
You hear
Halloween
like in the
Town and
back.
everything first."
Yeah, like no, nah, Mariah, get back.
I didn't know it was a genre, but horny Christmas music is just funny to me. I love it.
Horny Chris, I've never heard horny Christmas music in my life.
Oh, highly recommend.
Yeah,
I'll send you some links after.
please, yes.
It's so fun. Like even the lyrics. Hold on. Let me read you some of the lyrics to the song is called Buy Me Presents,
Buying me presents, okay, yeah.
which yes. So it starts with if you were a wise man, baby, you would drop every other ho 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 and put me on top. Up there on your tree, better treat me like a star. Spend your cookie dough, spend it on my heart.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then the bridge is he's a little bit older, and then an ad lib is like super old. Got a bit of a dad bod from a city that's colder, but damn it,
Oh.
he's so hot. He knows when I'm sleeping. He knows when I'm not. I haven't seen him. I haven't like seen him in a while. He's probably just busy at his workshop. And it's so fun.
That is so good.
I love it. It's so fun.
That's
And
really
you see
cool.
this itty bitty blonde girl
Yeah,
singing this song, and it just makes sense.
I bet. I bet. Yeah, I
Okay.
totally get that. That's super cool. Yeah, you must definitely please send me those links later. Yeah. Everybody's walking around with like Mariah on their ears, and you've got that blasting away horny ass Christmas music. It's perfect.
It's fun, especially on
Like
my drive
that.
to work.
Yeah, I bet.
But speaking of Christmas music, is there Christmas music in your future?
Um, actually, that's a great question. I don't know yet. I actually just had like this fun project of recording and writing Christmas music as a fun thing. And now that you say it, actually, we also had like a bit of that horniness into the lyrics, which was really fun. Um, but I don't know yet if it's the time for a Christmas album or something like that yet. I think it still needs, I still need to kind of show what I have to offer musically. And then when that is like clear and set and everything's in there, I guess I could like kind of take a leap
Go
into
crazy.
Christmas music and stuff and just go crazy and nuts. But until then, I think I'll still just kind of continue releasing my pop music, and then we'll see about the Christmas part. But then I'll definitely write to you and get some feedback on that because I guess you're the best feedback I can
I'm a
get.
pro. I'm a pro. Okay, so we also kind of talked about this. Well, we
Yeah.
talked about me, but do
Yeah.
you like giving gifts or receiving gifts more?
Mm, I'm more on the giving side of gifts. I really enjoy like I don't know. I more enjoy writing the card, the Christmas card. So I think the making someone cry part is not the gift side, but more the card side with me. Um, and I got my mom some like tickets to for a vacation together, and I kind of always have like these pictures of us when we were very young and I was like a baby, and then us like this year, and try to write some nice words down and stuff like that. So I really like doing that. And I actually just got all the cards. I just printed them out right before recording the podcast. So I'm ready to write some cards today. I'm getting ready for that. And otherwise, I don't know. It's always a bit difficult because the timing has to be right. In 14 days, in 2 weeks, is Christmas, and my grandmother in the US is so far away, so I always have to time it. So that is always a bit of a hustle, right before Christmas, kind of getting the timing right that everybody has their presents on the right time. And yeah, I think I'm more at on the giving side. Yeah,
But the cards is so cute.
yeah,
With the pictures.
I have all of these pictures. I've got. Let me see. I've got. Oh, jeez. Oh, these are really bad. Yeah, here. There's. This is my grandmom. Her
Aw.
name's Judith. This is my sister Emily, and this is at our place at home. And I got my grandma like a merch, actually some myle merch, a new hoodie that we just put out because she doesn't have merch, and I want to consider my grandma to be a smiler. So I'm trying to get her some stuff to be ready for the fandom.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, did you release Christmas merch or is it just general normal merch?
It was merch for the tour. It's called Everyone I Love Is Here. And that was basically also the vibe of the tour. It was just a very I don't know, just a very safe spacey place that we kind of had. And for that, it kind of needed a little thing to really signalize that this is a safe space and this is what brings us together. And that was kind of with a hoodie and some bags and some stuff that I also am gifting my grandparents just to kind of have them on the smiler side of things. Yeah. I've also been asking myself the same thing because I listened to the songs that I wrote this year, and I haven't really released those songs yet. But the overall vibe of it is kind of, I don't know. It's a bit more sad and just a bit more thought. I don't know. It feels like I'm not at a good place right now, but I actually feel all right. I just feel like in situations where you have this emotional baggage that you kind of want to let go of, it's mostly the negatives that stick and not the positives. So I'm just trying to get rid of that, I guess. So yeah, therapy costs money. Writing songs or poems doesn't. So here you go. Some emotional baggage for Spotify and for books. There you go. Here.
Like enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy pain. Yeah.
Ooh, candy canes or gingerbread house?
Gingerbread house, definitely. Love.
Have did you make one this year yet?
I haven't, but I hopefully will. Yeah.
I literally have like the like a unmade gingerbread house in my kitchen waiting for me to build it.
Oh, damn,
But
that's
I I haven't been in the right creative mindset yet because I want it
well.
to look really pretty.
In that case, just wait like for the final phase of Christmas, like the 7 or 4 days before Christmas. On the 20th is, I think, a good way to start, a good place to start.
Hopefully. Okay, since you're part American,
Yeah,
uh, do you prefer Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
Christmas Eve. We actually never celebrated the American version of it. We thought of it, but I don't know. It seems more festive if it's in the evening. You see the lights, you see all of and there's like, it's not bagels and breakfast and coffee and stuff. It's more like wine and a nice dinner. So it feels more Christmassy in a way. So I think it's the evenings.
And no one wants to wake up early Christmas morning.
Nobody, absolutely nobody. So it's better that way. Yeah.
Okay, now my personal favorite, ice
Yes.
skating or skiing.
Fuck ice skating. I'm sorry. Yeah. No. It's just like a hard shell of ice, and you can slip and smack your head, and I don't know, it's hard. It's just a slippery floor. I don't know. I'm very sorry. You're
This
openly
was
disappointed
going
right
so
now. This was
well.
going so well, yeah. But I fell once, and this kid drove over my arm with his new blades, and it broke my arm. And I seriously have an ice skating trauma, so I'm all for skiing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that is valid. That is
Thank
valid.
you. Yeah.
I personally love ice skating.
Oh, yeah, that's totally all right. That's a you thing. And I'll just distance myself from like these scary ass slippery places. No, not for me.
I don't think I ever fell.
Yeah, there you go. So if you've ever fallen on that sheet of ice, which is hard as hell and cold, and there's people that have no control of what they're doing, you know the danger of ice skating. So I'm lucky to have kind of had that experience early, but I wish you all the best and only the best if you're on those, yeah, on that ice skating ring. But it's
Okay.
romantic. I mean, it is romantic. I get it. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, let's end this with what is your all-time favorite? Okay, two questions.
Yes.
All-time favorite Christmas movie.
Ooh. Um.
This is very important.
What's it? Sleepless in Seattle? Is it that? Like these old Woody Allen romantic movies of people kind of. Isn't it the one where they switch houses?
The Switch Houses is The Holiday with Cameron Diaz.
Is it that where they swap houses, and one is like the city person is now in land on the.
Is somewhere in the UK and the other person is
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
LA.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
What was it?
that's The Holiday.
The Holiday is really good, and
In
Sleepless in
German it's
Seattle
called
music.
Liebe macht keine Ferien
Yeah,
is what the
and
German
and
title
and
is.
and the other one is the Sleepless in Seattle because of the music. I think all of those, old Woody Allen romantic movies are perfect. They're like very slow and they're very just feel good movies. Yeah, definitely.
Love The Holiday. It's a fan
Yeah.
favorite.
Yes.
But my other favorite, which is a lot of people's favorite, but I can't decide between two. It's either The Grinch or
Yeah.
Elf.
Yeah. I get that.
I am obsessed. We were literally so this tree took the
Yeah.
exact length of the movie Elf.
Oh, really?
And I sobbed at the ending because I always sob at the ending because I am a very emotional person.
That is great. And those are the perfect movies for that occasion. That's perfect. Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, can I put on the elf? And she was like, whatever, as long as you
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, and cry a bit. It's perfect.
What's Christmas without tears?
Yeah, there you go. What's your Christmas? Melina's Christmas without tears is no Christmas. No, definitely not. Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Okay, but since you're a musician,
Yeah.
the last question, Christmassy question, has to be what is your favorite like Christmas song?
Oh. Um Well, obviously there's the standard Christmas songs that I very much enjoy because they're just fun to listen to, and there's a reason why Mariah Carey's top one throughout Christmas. I mean, it's a great song. However, as I said, I'm a fan of the old school, a bit jazzy vibes of those Woody Allen movies, and there's these old Christmas songs have such a beautiful vibe, and I like I don't know if it's a bit more modern. I love Jamie Cullum, and he's got. Do you know Jamie Cullum? He's
I've
got
heard of
these.
him, yeah.
Yeah, he's like Michael Bublé, just a bit more jazzy, and he's got this beautiful Christmas album, and it's just a bit more Christmassy. I think if it's a bit more complex in terms of music, it feels like it's a bit more vibey and comfortable and snuggly. I like that. Yeah. So check out Jamie Cullum and his Christmas album. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, those calmer Christmas songs I can't listen to until like mid December when
Yeah.
I'm really in the Christmas, like the horny Christmas music. I can listen to any
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But those calmer ones that are like super hyper Christmassy,
Yeah. I get that.
they're
Yeah.
just
But
too Christmassy to
in the
listen
older
to.
songs, they're a bit more low key. Like the Frank Sinatra, or Nat King Cole, or those. Yeah, just old. Um, yeah, just old Christmas songs. They're beautiful, and they have these mostly very mellow trumpet or like brass sections in the beginning, and they just sound very sweet, black and white filmish. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me today. I had a lot of
Thank you
fun.
for bringing me into the Christmas mood. I'm very much intrigued by the upcoming few days of Christmas now. You kind of hyped me up.
I'm glad. I'm glad that this is what I'm here for.
That's perfect.
Cause to quote the incredible movie that is Elf.
Yeah.
Um, wait, I don't want to butcher the quote. I have it as my screensaver. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. I'm not gonna sing, but this is this is my way of singing
That's a
during this
perfect way.
podcast.
I do the singing, you do the Christmas podcast and the Christmas vibes, and that makes a perfect combi. So, thank you for inviting me, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. And I hope to see you next time on tour, whenever that may be. So, please feel invited, and to all people listening, thank you for listening. This is Milo from Southern Germany. Hope to see you very soon in wherever you are. And go and check out my happy clappy songs and sometimes not so happy songs and my emotional baggage. And feel free to listen to Mile.
Those sad songs that sometimes just sound happy though.
They do. Yeah.
Those
There's
are the
always the
best.
beginning. That's the
The
perfect. Yeah.
sad songs where you're like pumping up.
Yeah. 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 I
It's
get
amazing. Okay.
that.